What is up, everybody? What's going on? Your boy, back today with some five-color Niv Mizzet and Pioneer. Let me drag some of the cards over here. This list is interesting because we are playing YORION, and we're playing a very similar list to a Tyler O'Brien who just 5-0'd with this deck. And I was kind of interested in playing it because I kind of feel like Niv Mizzet is in a pretty good spot in Pioneer once again. I don't think it ever really fell out of graces too hard. Um, but I do think that it had its moments where it kind of fell off just a little bit, but this is a deck that I feel like is always going to be very fluid, very able to adjust to the metagame and that sort of thing. And what we have here today is obviously an 80 card list, but it is still running some of the same fundamental things with a few one-ofs that I wanted to try out, um, and that I feel like might be good. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I will let people trickle in here and the thing, but I'm looking forward to it. I haven't played a five-color Niv list in quite some time. It's been a hot minute. Um, Niv Mizzet, one of my favorite cards to play in constructed and limited. If you can pull off this in cube, it's really fun. And you just get to draft gold cards all day. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I don't haven't played this deck in quite some time. I think the last time I played it, I probably played it in modern, honest. But I'd be interested to see how the Yorion version performs uh as opposed to the regular version. Obviously, when you play Yorion, you're sacrificing a little bit of that consistency of your draws in favor of a powerful late game effect. Um, so not quite sure, how Yorion's gonna stack up in the metagame. And sorry, not necessarily in the metagame, but in this deck, in this list. It could be good, it could be bad. It's we'll see, right? See. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it out. I've never played Yorion in this list. So I think but I think there's obviously merits to it. You get a bunch of you get to adjust the cards that you play too. Because it's like you want those ETB effects a little bit more. All cats 6/6. Cats sitting on my feet. That it sits, I sits. So we're gonna want a growth spiral. And we got it basically. So we don't necessarily need the mana confluence. Um, but we are missing black, which are we playing a? So this is gonna require a bit of knowledge on my end. Basically, I gotta be aware of every basic that I'm playing, and we are playing a basic swamp. So I suppose I can throw back the mana confluence. Oh boy, playing against the roulette deck. This is gonna be fun. This is a deck where I would aggressively play a Triome just because we definitely want all five colors here. But yeah, we're playing against Aetherworks Marvel, and I mean this could be a blowout or could be nothing. Well, that's a pretty good draw. I think we just go ahead and play that. Go ahead and play a Glacial Fortress here. Pass. Obviously, 4 is the magic number for them. They already have the energy, I believe, to spin the wheel. I haven't seen this deck in quite a while. Sorry, let me drag this down for you guys so you can see how much cards they have in hand and time on the clock. We know 1 card in their hand's a mountain. They have 5 unknown. I'll be interested to see how Aetherworks Marvel performs because honestly, the last time I tried to make this deck work in Pioneer, I could never get it to work. I could never get it consistently to work. But Aetherworks Marvel is a very powerful card, and it was really powerful in Standard, and it remains powerful in Pioneer. So they just put Giganta in their hand. This is looking like they're gonna get the Aetherworks Marvel. Let's see here. So we can Growth Spiral on the main, see what we get. Go ahead and do that. Triome. So we're going to end up cycling that. I feel like there are a million tools that deal with this deck in the format. Yeah, Weros, welcome, by the way. I agree with you. I think that part of the things that, you know, that this deck suffers, or I guess first and foremost, are you talking about Aetherworks Marvel? You're talking about Aetherworks Marvel, right? Because if you're talking about Aetherworks Marvel, I agree. Really only had the same payoffs that they had in Standard for the time. Which are, okay, so you're definitely talking about Aetherworks Marvel. I agree. I agree that that is part of the reason why the deck doesn't really withstand the test of time in Pioneer, because it's not like Standard back in the day, right, where you had a limited number of answers. Aetherworks Marvel, which really it was just the best thing you could be doing, right? Like we've got to bring the light on Slaughter Games right now, and we could just totally wreck their game plan. And I think that's what I'm going to end up doing in all honesty. They are showing blue. Suppose I could play around like Sensor or something. I'm going to go ahead and do this. So white, white, black, bring to light. Done for 5. Now we can just name. Let's see what we can get here. We can just get Slaughter Games here and name Aetherworks Marvel. We could get Valky. I think I'm just going to do the Slaughter Games line. All right. Okay. I forgot to write down their hand. I forgot that it doesn't stay revealed. I know they have Giganta, and I saw an Ulamog. Oliver's probably the best target because you may not know what the payoffs are they play on their list for sure. Yeah, I was just considering like maybe another target instead of the Slaughter Games. But I figure why not like not be greedy, right? There's a Dreadbore. I guess I go ahead and put Yorion in my hand. There's Golos, okay. They can naturally just ramp out, but we have a K command in our hand, which is kind of nice. What do we want to do here? Do we want to just play Yorion, get the clock going? I think I want to do that. We don't have a good target. Target player discards a card, destroy target art. But I feel like I need to get a clock going, or they're gonna eventually 3, 6, 7. So they're pretty close to having enough mana. Casting Ulamog. Oh. Case. Hello, Giganta Ulamog 2 lands. Thank you. I appreciate it. Low key World Tree is probably a fire one of land to play. Yeah. It might be. 3, 6, 8. Well, this is scary. Uh-oh. Might be in trouble. Yeah, let's start cycling, I suppose. Yeah, I think they might have got me. It's on the ramp. And like they got me. Yeah. Just hit a bunch of lands. I mean, we are playing a bunch of lands, so. I do play Hostage Taker. So if their targets are just like a Triome and Yorion, then I could theoretically draw out of this. Right. Yikes. All right, well. Rogue Refiner, Beseiju, would we? They ramped pretty quickly, didn't they? Might just take the full 13 here. Oh, no. I think I block. I was thinking about having enough mana to cast Ulamog if we do inevitably get... Yeah, we're just dead now. Gonna say, if we inevitably do get a Hostage Taker. Alright, so... Things to bring in against them. Clearly Dovin's Veto. I don't necessarily think Clarion's a huge hit, although it does answer... It does answer the Whirler Virtuoso. So maybe it's okay. I think this is a matchup where Mystical Dispute also has to come in. The spells that are very important for them are just so important. I think I can probably afford to cut the command there. Let's see. So we're just basically going to look for our worst cards. Oath of Kaya, not very great in this matchup. Abrupt Decay, also not amazing. Thin Collector is probably worth it. They are a combo deck after all. Dreadbore. Well, we saw enough like creatures that I feel like Dreadbore might be worth it. I'll take out the Clarion because yeah, we have way to deal with. Eh. Water game. Samir is okay. I don't really know what our targets are for this, honestly. Monocolored permanent. They might be playing like Nissa or something weird. Um, just trying to think of like what else is important here. I was considering the Narset just to find stuff and grind a bit harder. I'm thinking something like this. I guess Yasharn isn't amazing. I do that. Something like that. There's so many ways I feel like you could sideboard for this, but the most important thing are the counter spells. The counter spells have to come in, I feel like. This is fine. It could be better, but I think it's okay. I'm actually probably gonna just keep this Triome in my hand. Play the Stomp Ground. Captain. In with Aether. Didn't think I'd be seeing this deck, but it did 5-0 recently. I think occasionally it just gets there. Okay. I just got shock here. Got a pretty explosive start on our end. Because I forgot about that card. Deck. Green, red, white. We can kill this. How does Aetherworks Marvel read? Let me do this quick. Aetherworks Marvel. Been a long time since I've had to read this card, so bear with me here. Okay, so it takes 6, and whenever a permanent you control is put in the graveyard, you get 1 energy. So they only have 5 energy currently. So they can't even do it if they wanted to, unless they had an extra mana. Play like Attune with Aether. So I guess what I could do is play the Mana Confluence, Abrupt Decay this, and then hold up K command and cycling Triome like that. Black green. Little suspicious, obviously, because we could have just grabbed YORION. So they know we have something. We're gonna cycle a Triumph here. Redundant, invisible. Okay. We didn't have a way to respond to that anyway, so I'm guessing they're just digging for an Aetherworks Marvel now. Put 4 cards back through 5. Collector it is. Not the best. I'm actually going to play the Triumph. If they get a spin, they could miss. I gotta assume they have Aetherworks Marvel at this point. Hopefully this is just a Golos. Okay. Good, good. Okay. So, first things first. Um, go black, white. Take a look at what they've got in there. Decide kind of where I want to go with this. This takes 7 to activate. No instance of injuries. And they have 3, 6 mana, so they're close. So they can that next turn. Rough. Okay. Um. So they're gonna get that Ugin into play. They'll have to -6 in order to kill. I'm sorry, -5. Um, and we can K command, deal 2 damage, destroy target artifact. I like that line. We don't get a hit in for our Omnath, unfortunately, but I'm just gonna pass here. Yep. All right. Oh wait. Fuck. I don't have black mana to do what I even wanted to do, so I should have just put YORION in my hand. Stupid. Three, yeah. So black, red. Doesn't really matter. Destroy target artifact. And Knock. Fury. Pick up. No discard. It's a weird matchup. Yeah, you're right. I missed it. It didn't affect our line though. It just means that I would have had the opportunity to put YORION into my hand, so it would have affected some things for sure. Are they gonna make some gobos? But you're right. I did fuck that up, Whereas. Oh, rough. Hopefully they miss. Okay, they just hit a Golos, which really isn't that big of a deal. Um, Cryon. Bring to light. I think that's got to be the play. Don't know what I'm bringing to light for. I guess I should probably. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, does it? Bring to light for 5. And what can we get here? Get Slaughter Games naming Ulamog. We can get K Command. Destroy target artifact, deal 2 damage. They can start activating this too, though, which is kind of a pain in the ass. They lose a permanent, they get an energy, right? Hostage Taker. He takes regular artifacts, right? That's true. They do. As long as, we can keep it on the battlefield. But is K Command just better than Hostage Taker at that point? Hostage Taker is more value for sure. We would be able to cast the Aetherworks Marvel, but it's tough to say, honestly. K Command, destroy target artifact, make him discard, but like I feel like honestly Golos is almost rougher than Aetherworks Marvel because they only have 3 energy. So like we kind of have to take the Golos, right? Yeah. I could Hostage Taker taking the Golos. Hope he doesn't kill it. I think that's the higher upside when it leaves the battlefield. Oh, it's put the graveyard. Okay. All right. I'm gonna Hostage Taker. I'm gonna take his Golos. Um, exile this. I didn't even think about that line. Please don't cast Ulamog. My god, he's got it. Alright, well, I don't think I'm winning this game. I guess the rando Aetherworks Marvel deck that's probably gonna 2-3 got me, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It seems like they did pretty well. I mean, they had a good balance of like ramp and combo cards, so it was hard to determine like what the angle of attack was there. Like, because obviously game one, I exiled their Aetherworks Marvel so they couldn't combo, but then they just naturally ramped into an Ulamog. So maybe each time it was just correct to take Ulamog. I don't know, but I thought my line was pretty sound, you know? Like I did everything I could to answer what was presented to me. I was pretty much always cold to a top deck Ulamog. But I guess another way I could have maybe approached it was I could have held Bring to Light in my hand and waited for Ulamog to hit the battlefield and then Bring to Light for a hostage taker, exiling the Ulamog. I don't know. You know, maybe that was the line. But with that line, then I leave Golos out there and they can just activate Golos and find another Ulamog and cast it for free. I think the only way we won was sticking that Niv and K response to the Ugin. Yeah. I don't know. It's not a deck that I really expect to see all too often. Um and kind of sucks because I don't have black mana and yeah, I'm just gonna mulligan this one. This one's a little bit better. Keep this one. And I actually think that throw back the toss up here on play first, so yeah. Yep. Not a deck that I really expect to see all too often. Don't think I'm turn 2 expressive iteration. I think I'm gonna actually play this tapped and pass. Looks like blue-white control. Okay. Interesting expressive iteration. Our set is good. I feel like even through Niv to Light is deck, it gets taken advantage of by simple strategies. Probably a big reason I wouldn't rebuild. Yeah, for sure. I can understand why say that. I think I might have to say. Kind of want a K command here. Hit this for 2, but we'll just iteration, I think. cards. There's an Abrupt Decay. So we'll put... We'll put... Triumph in our hand. On the bottom, exile the Abrupt Decay. Fabled Passage for green. And next turn we can either Bring to Light or Niv Mizzet. Probably running into a counter spell here. I think in the face of a counter spell, Niv is probably just the better play. You can always get it back with K command. Bring to Light represents any card. Opting in response. Still assuming I'm going to get absorbed, right? Makes sense. Card. What the fuck is going on? So random. I'm gonna play around center since I drew that. Fuck. Still might get vetoed. All right, so Valky can exile that. It's kind of nice. Um, they're just gonna Scorn. Did they reveal a card? I didn't see them reveal a card. Did they not reveal a card? I don't understand. Oh, it's a dragon. Okay, got it, got it, got it. What's up, Kyle? How's it going, man? That's right. Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize he was a Dragon Knight. He looked like a human to me. Sure. I'm gonna cycle a Triumph. I'm just trying to decide which one. Ulsimir's a good draw. It's a weird card. let's try to land a Tolsmir. It's probably not going to resolve, but let's see. What a meme. In the near, yeah. I can give it a shot. Kyle. Um, are you talking about Kaya like the Planeswalker Kaya, like a new one, or um? All right, well, let's give this a shot. So we can return Tulsamir, try to cast it, or we can return Niv Mizzet. I think turning Niv Mizzet's probably the better play. Although Tulsamir does get rid of the Paladin. Um, maybe that's the line. Yeah. Or we want to deal 2 damage. I mean, they've kind of got an embarrassment of riches over there. They know I'm going to try to cast it, so it's like I'm at a disadvantage either way. Christ, dude. Unreal. Let's see another counter spell. Um, red, white. Um, deal 3 damage, gain 3 life, and we could create a 3/2. That's not terrible. Or we could sacrifice a permanent and draw 2 cards. Oh wait, we can't do that. Do hostage taker, but I feel like they would just kill it in response. We could just go to Niv Mizzet and draw some cards. They have a Faithful Absence. That's kind of important to note. They might also just like have a counter spell, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I'm gonna cast an Niv Mizzet. See what they do here. Probably just have, okay, I was gonna say they probably just have another counter spell. All right. Well, that's good. Then we can both of Kaya this. Out of here. Memory deluge. Okay, Supreme Verdict. In response. Spiral. Can't do it on our turn. Fuck is art? Like I've never seen this art before. I think we play the Nahiri. Might have veto. Oh wait, fuck! Forgot about Nahiri. God damn it. Oh, okay, housekeeper. Haven't haven't seen this art before. It's just it. I couldn't even tell it was Teferi at first. Weird blue white list. They're beating my ass. Which I know. God, I wish I could. I had a way to like just kill everything on the board right now. Um. Guess we could this and deal 4 damage to all their shit, but we wouldn't draw a card, unfortunately. We would gain some life and stuff. I'm gonna try to cast it. I feel like whatever it is, it's getting countered probably, right? I'm actually surprised. Naf's gonna live. dragon at all times. Probably gonna have to abrupt decay that Narset. I'm not winning the game, so I'm save time. Bring in the mystical disputes, the sin collectors, handballs. Take out some of the lesser important cards. You can bring in the Narsets. Don't know how I feel about this card, honestly, especially in the face of a Narset, the last mode. Bad. Great. Clubber Games is okay. Great. Taker. Not amazing. Basically, like anything that like just kills creatures outright, I don't really care too much about. Sort of like this, the face of a. I like the creatures gain indestructible mode. I just feel like they counter that and answer it pretty simply. Really difficult to know the Tev since he's all around powerhouse, but they wanted to humanize him, show off his role as a father as often overlooked. That's understandable, and that's cool. I wasn't obviously I wasn't besmirching the concept. I just simply recognized the art. I'd never seen it before. But yeah, we definitely want to bring in Vito. In terms of what to bring out here, finishing versus find. That fights a not a plane, right? We're playing against some weird decks tonight, guys. Definitely playing against some weird ones. Last cut. Slaughter Games isn't amazing, but can answer one of the annoying planeswalkers, so I'm opting to keep it in. Put in a here because they are playing Narset, even though it is an additional threat. And let's see, it's kind of rough. Not gonna get a black source off of this. I think I'm gonna get a like a red source. Either red or blue. Um we'll put the Sunpetal Grove in our hand, this at the bottom, exile this, and we play this tapped. Obviously, I might get Narsetted here. I'm gonna opt to play the Sin Collector so I can leave up Dovin's Veto. They did the old bait and switch. They've got two of those damn paladins in their hand. That's so funny. All right. Last we checked, they didn't have a counter spell. So might just play Niv Mizzet here to pressure them. They can Shark Typhoon for 2. I guess I play around like a top deck Censor. I don't know if they're even playing Censor, honestly. But they also could have drawn. Okay, they drew Absorb. Got it. They drew Salumgar Scorn. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. Because they have a dragon in hand. Aggressive Iteration could seriously backfire on me, so I'm actually not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to bring to light. Valky, I think. Seriously? Like, what on earth? Those were their 2 draws. It was Absorb and that. That is insane. That's absolute insanity. Now they don't have Absorb mana. Um I'm fine with that. Ten cards. Got a growth spiral. Sick. And they drew a land. They can cast Absorb. Very cool. It's wild, man. This is a weird deck that I'm playing against. And Pioneer is it's pretty wide open, all things considered, but this is like really weird. I don't know why they're not just slamming Shark Typhoon. Um Guess it makes sense. Uh I have to K command. They're gonna Dovin's veto it, but I have to do it for mana purposes. Unfortunately, don't quite have enough mana to do it all. Maybe that was an argument to end, but I'm trying to play fast at this point. If we had drawn an untapped source, then we could have played Yorion that turn. So annoying. This deck. Would have never thought this card would see play in a control shell, but it's kind of working out for him. Yeah, I think we're cooked though. They've got that damn 1, 2, 3. They could have actually got me the last turn, but they didn't do it. They could have cycled that Shark Typhoon a lot. They're gonna do it here. What a weird deck. All right, we're 0-2. I mean, if we lose another game, then we will switch it up with something a little bit more I don't know, a little bit more proactive, because it seems like what I'm playing against is mostly just a little bit of a wild card, and I feel like any straightforward strat, like I feel like if I was playing mono red right now, I'd be 2-0. You know what I'm saying? Like, as sad as that is to admit. Not that there's anything wrong with mono red. It's one of those things where it's like you try to metagame and like big brain and pick something that's, you feel like is well positioned in the meta, and then you queue up in a league which is just noise, and you play against a bunch of randomness. Um, you lose, and you're like, oh, I should have just kept it simple, right? Kind of how I feel right now. But I mean, at least that was an interesting deck. Something I would have never thought of, I don't think. But yeah, if we bum it out on the next one, then I'll switch it up and play something like just straightforward and proactive. Um, just to like keep things in a high spirit, I suppose. Not that I'm not having fun. It's just yeah, these past couple days I've been getting my ass whooped in Pioneer. I'll tell you, I don't know what it is, but it might also be just like a Yorion version, not quite consistent enough to get there. All right, this hand has colors, so I'm gonna keep it. And actually gonna bottom the stock around here. Depending on what they play, this could be indicative of a few things. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's Soul Flare. Is not a deck that once again not a deck that I thought I'd ever see in 1,000 years. But here we are. Yeah, we're basically just gonna look for some graveyard hate. Just gonna set up. Interesting to see opt. They have another. Oh, I say, do they have another otherworldly game? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. I don't know what it could be. I assume Soul Flare, but maybe they're screwed for mana. All right, they kept something on top. They are playing Blooming Marsh, so go get an island. Island boys. Let's bring to light. I think we're going to get Niv. Although, do we have anything to exile their graveyard? I suppose I could get Slaughter Games. Just name Soul Flare here. Because I don't. The problem is I don't know if they're Soul Flare or not. Um, I could also just get Valky, which is not bad. The problem, like their draws have been so bad. I have no idea what they're playing, but I think it's Soul Flare. I could get Niv Mizzet or Valky here. Valky can exile their graveyard, so but I have to. I'm naming Soul Flare. Or they are fucking not. They are like some random ass fucking Neoform deck. What on fucking earth? Dude, what is going on in Pioneer right now? Like, this isn't like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. I thought about not getting Slaughter Games because I was like, maybe they're just playing some random shit. And that's what they're doing. They're trying to play like Neoform and Pioneer. Good God. Bro, I have no fucking earthly idea how my opponent's gonna. They're gonna neoform into something. That's like how they're gonna win, I guess. Once again, if we were playing Burn, we would be winning right now, like with a commanding lead. But we're playing Sponses.deck. I'm honestly just like intrigued at this point to see like how, like, by the time they neoform me, they're basically just gonna be able to cast whatever the big creature it was that they could have just or cast YORION here. Okie dokie. Booting mandrills. Now they're gonna neoform it. Is that what's gonna happen? Basically, I just bring in like Mystical Disputes, Dovin's Veto. What is it? Okay. That's what they're doing. They're just taking extra turns. Okay. That's possibly the worst thing I've ever seen, but all right. Anyway, so let's just bring in our stuff that we have so many ways to win. It's like not even funny. Uh Dovin's vetoes. Um Probably got the abrupt decay. Isn't really see anything to abrupt decay there. Uh this, that, and this exiles the graveyard, so it's probably worth bringing in. Culling Ritual for use. Chemball is not bad. They are casting like a lot of spells. You're running a ball. Run it like right. Pretty sure like now that I know what's going on, really the secret's out, right? Unless they're bringing in some sort of like transformational sideboard or something like that. Shit is wild, man. Like people just whatever the fuck. Like them playing some random nonsense actually really benefits them here because like Niv is like very much a metagamed deck. It's like you're just running cards that are specifically designed um, for the metagame, and it's like whenever people just play like random nonsense, uh, really good. Gotta start building up their graveyard. So I'm just gonna leave out Mystical Dispute here so I don't get got. Since Sin Collector can't hit them anyway. Oh no, a counter spell. The whole strategy is falling apart. Um, so they won't be able to Neoform with Yasharn out. Nice. Well, at least we got to see like a bunch of random decks tonight. That's been entertaining to say the least. Like I do enjoy seeing like random ass decks that I never get to play against or see. I mean, hell, I thought my opponent was playing Soul Flare, so joke's on me. So we'll attack first and then probably play Nip. Um, anything I want to take out? Saw, uh, saw Leyline, which stops slaughter games and stuff, but we can destroy Leyline if it comes down to it. I mean, we have Vanishing Verse. I don't know if Red Boar is really the call, but I also don't really have a whole lot to bring in outside of that. I could bring in Camball, but I'm gonna keep it simple here. I think I know what I need to do to win, so I'll be right back, guys. I'm yearning to play like an aggro deck or something after this. This has been pretty brutal. Like grindy, uh, these grindy games that have been not going in our favor. We didn't. Yep. Great deck's great. I don't know if they can go off that early, but I don't think so. The earliest they can probably go off is turn 3, maybe, on like a perfect scenario. I mean, they can disturb it but by then we can just kill it. Bless you, baby. With them doing that, it kind of makes me want to expressive iteration over Omnath here. But maybe it's just correct to slam Omnath. They would have to have land, Hooting Mandrills, and Neoform in their top card or their 3. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna open myself up and get countered next turn, I suppose. See. Yeah, I was about to say, if they have everything I described, then they deserve to win. We could play this. Um, Surprised they're not casting Otherworld Haze on our end step. Yeah. What are you doing? You know. Sure, okay. They have Neoform. Hey, kitty cat, come here. Gonna lose to this deck. This is telling, isn't it? I mean, I suppose I could have expressive iteration, but they had, not only did they have mystical dispute, they also had all right, we lost to a 1/4 deck, so that's cool. Sweet. All right, well, no more of that. Um, understand like what happened, but seems like wasn't our day to play Niv. Definitely returning that deck. Um, I'm like kind of embarrassed that I lost to that, but at the same time, I'm also like sort of intrigued um by that display. Yeah, play proactive decks. Oh yeah, I think I saw it earlier, briefly. Um, it was is interesting. I don't know. I'm running like very cold with this list, and I probably shouldn't be playing Yorion and Niv Mizzet. It just makes the deck a little, I don't know, a little too dirtily. Um, the deck already had like a problem with like not being proactive sometimes, and yeah, it just felt very anemic that league for sure. I'm gonna play something more proactive now for sure. Let's see. So, what do we want to play? Play the list? No, I'm good, man. Just not my style. I was thinking about just playing some aggro, but I don't know. Like, I'm surprised I haven't been seeing as much. I'm surprised I haven't been seeing as much Winota tonight. I saw one. You would think it'd be everywhere. It was Todd's list. Just fucking good old green red. Interesting one ofs. But that deck hasn't really. Neither is mono red, but devs. This one's a little bit more. I was playing this earlier, and I had like some mixed matchups with it. I wasn't quite sure like if it was just kind of variance or what. Like I basically had some close ones. I almost 4-1'd with it, but I ended up with a 3. Didn't quite get there. Seemed okay. There's a lot of decks in fucking Pioneer right now. I can't believe Colas Eldrazi 5-0. That shit is wild to me, bro. Spirits is still dope. Rogues 5-0'd. Like they're playing the new Planeswalker. Very interesting. By no stretch do I think it's like good or anything, but interesting. I suppose if you get the right matchups, could be a thing. Do they classify as artifact aggro? Okay. That's just the old list with some new stuff. That's pretty much all there is to that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot out there. I was playing 5-color humans to some success. Like it was pretty enjoyable, but you're kind of a dog to Winota. That's the only bad thing. Otherwise, 5-color humans is gas. Like if I could guarantee I would not run into Winota, I would definitely play humans. This deck is tight too. I've played this before. Enigmatic incarnation decks. That deck is kind of a dog to blue white control, but it's pretty strong. No one's disrupting what you're doing, like and get people. Hangerback Walker and Pioneers. Else. This is what was white green. They're just playing like green blink pretty much. What the yo, this is wild. Pioneers something else. I was playing Esper Greasefang last night and it just was like absolutely just shitting on me. I couldn't really figure out how this deck is 5-0ing, to be honest. It just feels so soft. Like it plays 4 creatures basically, and like if your opponent is playing like Fatal Push, for example, it's just gonna sit in their hand until you play Greasefang. That's the thing I love about those decks. Like they just lay in wait for you to play Greasefang or whatever. This is what we got by earlier. On playing fucking Magic like it's standard in what 2017, 2018. What's up, Gabriel? How's it going, man? We're playing Pioneer, getting shat on. I was playing 5-color Niv, but it didn't quite pan out. So now I'm just looking for something to play. I was gonna play like mono red just to fucking shit on people because it feels like everything I played against, I was like, man, if only I was playing mono red, I would just be like waxing these people because like they're just I don't know, people were playing some nonsense, but I kind of have an itch to play like Demir control, but like I haven't seen any like Demir control lists that I would want to really jam. There's a lot out there. Pioneer's so wide open right now. The Soul Flare. This is what I thought our last opponent was playing, but they were playing Ryan's list. But yeah, I thought they were playing Soul Flare. And I was playing Mardu Greasefang with some success, but I ended up jumping off of it for a little while. Shit's so wild that they play foreign clicks. Trying to get some last minute testing for this weekend. Oh, so you're going to Dallas? I'm good, man. I'm not going to Dallas. I would love to. If I was still down south, I definitely would be going. But I'm just gonna skip out on it, and I'm gonna go to Pittsburgh because it's literally like 10 minutes away from me. Um, Not to dox myself or anything, but yeah, I'll be there. But good luck, man. What are you playing by chance? Oh, you're in the Mox qualifier. Okay, gotcha. What are you playing in that? Yeah, I saw somebody 5-0'd with Abs and Human. Funny. Seems problem I have with humans is that it's bad against Winota. And I don't know, I feel like you're playing humans, you're not playing 5 colors, then maybe you should be playing removal. Oh, you don't know what you're playing? Is it modern? Is that what it is? If it's modern, um, I have been really enjoying Esper Reanimator personally. That's just my personal choice. I love that deck. Not Esper Reanimator like the Persist Reanimator. Esper Reanimator like Goryo's Vengeance. That deck is fucking sweet. You guys want to just play some fucking Banned Spirits? Seems kind of tight. Person Nash Peters has been living the dream with it. They 5-0 twice, so apparently I already have a Banned Spirits. Let me change the name of this. Banned Spirits. And yeah, we'll play some of that. That seems fun. I don't know. Remember when people played like Jeskai Spirits for like a short time? Like people were testing Jeskai Spirits in like modern or something with fucking Eidolon. Did it not load for me? Didn't load the entire list. Missing something. Mana traders. Yeah, I really like Goryo's, Hesper Goryo's, personally. I think that card or that deck is badass. Really enjoying it. Okay, so Catilda. And reason it doesn't want to give me branch loft pathway. Bitch. Give me branch loft pathway. What the fuck? It's like grayed out. Well, I'm gonna request the cards, but I don't know if they're gonna give me the lands. We'll see. Oh, really? You're going to Pittsburgh? Or you're thinking about it? That's what's up, man. I don't have I don't know if are you planning on playing in the main event or are you playing in the sides? Cause obviously like if I don't get a team, which it's not looking likely, then I plan on playing in like 3 5Ks. And I'll probably just play modern the entire weekend because it's the best format. But um I also wouldn't mind playing in the main event. I've played team sealed before, and I would say that like I was super prepared for it. My teammates weren't. I would love to play on a team where like people actually tested the format. Because you basically just have to play a bunch of limited before you go. Um, you were just looking at the 5Ks, yeah, that's understandable. I mean, it's a lot simpler. Team sealed, in my opinion, is the hardest competitive format in Magic. It's not like super common, obviously. You don't really see it a whole lot, but when it comes up, I feel like it is one of the most difficult things to do. Obviously you could run hot and just open like some bomb ass packs, but like the thing about Team Sealed is building 3 decks out of like I don't know how many boosters you get, I forget, but like it doesn't feel like you can put together 2 like pretty decent decks a lot of the times, like on average, and then like finding a third one is just like kind of rough because there's only 5 colors, so that's like 2 colors, 2 colors, 1 color. It's like, so whose color is the third person dipping into, and it's not like you're going to have, in most cases, you're not going to have an abundance of like bombs. So you sort of have to spread the love a little bit. And I'm telling you, that clock just melts away when you're building decks. It's crazy. Like, we were running so short on time that we just kind of put together what we could. But I will say the biggest issue was that our pool was kind of weak, and also my teammates didn't really practice. So we played in a PTQ the following day after we scrubbed out, where we actually did practice that night. Like, we got a box and we basically just opened it and practiced. We put the timer on, and each time we got a little bit better and a little bit faster. And the next day we played in the PTQ, top aided. Yeah, it is. It is cool. It's fun. Like, it's different from constructed entirely. I actually like limited. My first limited GP I day 2'd, and I was in the run for top 8 for a little bit. I actually thought I had a chance, but I just went 0-3 in my last 3 rounds. Um so I finished pretty okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm somewhat familiar with him as a streamer. I don't know him personally, but I know you guys stream together a lot and stuff. What is taking Mana Trader so long? What the fuck is going on? Okay, now it's 100. They better have gave me those lands, man. That's cool though. Modern Horizons 1. That's a good one. My first one, my first one was Ixalan and Ixalan Rising. Is that the other one? Those were my first one. Or that was my first one. And day 1 I had what did I build day 1? Oh, blue white. Was it blue white? Yeah, it was blue white tokens. And I just had a fucking, like, my deck was not super bomb heavy, but it was very synergistic and I could go very wide and put a lot of flyers into play. And I finished day 1 X and 2. And then my next day I drafted Naya Dinos. And it was pretty open. And I went 2-1. So I was X3. And I was like, okay, like, doing pretty good. I didn't expect to get that far in a limited GP. I thought I was going to scrub out because I've considered myself at the time like a pretty okay-ish uh limited player. They didn't give me the Catildas. What the fuck? And anyway, so my last 3 rounds, the deck that I drafted was blue red tempo. Oh, that's okay. I see what happened. Tilda Dawnheart Martyr. I fucking rented the wrong card. They okay, you have to type in the flipped card. That's really weird. Sorry guys. Enjoyed it a lot. I scrubbed out of the Hogackening. That was modern. Then day 2, the limited portion with very little testing. Yeah, the Hogak fucking modern was so awful, dude. I hated it. Oh, that was just an annoying time. But humans was really good at that moment, which is weird. But that's good. Yeah, it's always nice to recoup after getting scrubbed out. But yeah, so to finish my story, I drafted blue red tempo, and I was X and 3, mind you. No, yeah, X and 3, and I had 3 rounds to go. And my blue red tempo deck was like fire. Like, when I was drafting it, I was like, I couldn't believe some of the cards that were wheeling. Like, I knew the format pretty well, so like I wheeled cards like Vance's blasting cannons and like some really cool rares, but that were kind of like niche. And I was like, oh no, I know this is gonna wheel, so I'm gonna take this uncommon and all this stuff. And like, I felt like I drafted really strongly. And one of my buddies, who I consider like one of the better limited players I know, was like, dude, this deck is gas. And I was like, I know, I can't believe it. So I thought I was gonna go 12-3 and perhaps make it in. I don't know. I didn't know if I was still live or not. and I fucking lost 3 rounds straight. Like my blue red tempo list that looks so dope just got clobbered on by like some pretty medium decks. Like my opponents were like playing like a vanilla 2-4, and I swear to God, it felt like I would like just it felt like I mulled the 4 every game, but I actually didn't. Like it's weird. Like I just ran out of gas, and I would just be with these underpowered creatures on the battlefield, be sitting there like, okay, like I had a bunch of boomerang effects and stuff in my deck, and I was just kind of hoping to just out tempo my opponents, and it didn't happen. So, but I had a lot of fun. Um, we only have one white, but I'll keep it. 2 Mausoleum Wanderers. Think we play Branch or Boulder Loft or whatever first. Okay. So play that. I guess this is gonna we have to choose though next turn whether or not we want to play Botanical Sanctum, because I do want a Coco on 4, obviously. Blue white control. Looks like a march. All right. Well, Skyclave Apparition could be used for Planeswalker or something. Play this, and fortunately, I think I'm gonna have to play around Supreme Verdict. Just gonna allow them to play around Collected Comp. We only hit one. We got all those lands off the top of our deck, though. Okay. Um, do I want to commit more to this board and potentially get Supreme Verdicted? Not really. Okay. That's a good sign. Gone through a lot of lands. I'm hoping that I don't know. Their hand seems purple hole. Targeting Watcher, I'm assuming. We can get rid of portable. Doesn't feel like they have, unless they're just being super conservative with it. I don't know if they have Supreme Verdict or not. There it is. So either they just drew it or it can't be countered, but maybe we can get them to pay 1. Do I want to commit Supreme Phantom to the board? I guess so. Hope they don't have another board wipe. I feel like when I'm playing control, the spirits player always has selfless spirit. They hit a Supreme Verdict, by the way. Coco 1 time. We are playing we're playing Selfless Spirit, right? We're playing 4 of them. We gotta hit here, right? Like they like we gotta hit a fucking Selfless Spirit, right? We play 4 of them. We're looking at the top 6 or a Spell Queller. I'm going for it. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? God. Dude. Blows my mind. Top 7. Couldn't find one of them. I can't believe I drew another Coco though. That's fucking fun. Probably gonna get caught. I mean, like, I don't know. Why do they play this card? Like, I guess they play Narset, but like, I don't know. It feels super bad. I just wanted to play around a counter spell, honestly, and just main phase it. I've been hitting some crazy Cocos, but unfortunately not enough to win me the game. I think I'm gonna try to race this to Fairy at this point. Should be my best matchup. I don't know, actually. Probably pretty decent, but them hitting that other Supreme Verdict off the Narset was very unfortunate, and me whiffing. Like, I guess I'm just supposed to wait, but like, I thought, okay, if I hit a Spell Queller or if I hit a Selfless Spirit off of this Coco, then I just like win the game outright, right? Unless they have an answer for Spell Queller. This the Fateful Ending or whatever it's called. Oh no, it's Shark Typhoon. Okay. Pretty good draw. They do get blockers now. Yeah, I assume it's a good matchup. Um, sure. No, not 5. Oh, that's some aggressive minusing there. I could kill this Teferi. Um, but I would have to lose my Supreme Phantom or Spell Queller. This is gonna be problematic. I mean, Shacklegeist, but we put a Shacklegeist at the bottom of our deck already. Still feel like I have to answer the Teferi. Otherwise, they're just gonna get a shit ton of cards. Leave me behind. Right. Shark. type in, it's gonna give me issues. Might crack this just to get the cards off the top of my deck. I'm fine with that because I did bottom a Coco earlier. They draw another Teferi. I'm not gonna win through that. Okay, Mystical Disputes, Disdainful Strokes. One seems, and the fact that you can bring it back seems pretty decent. What are we taking out? People usually cutting this up. Tackle guy seems not great. These seem still good, I guess. Skyclave seems okay. Not great. Yeah, I think you cut the Shacklegeist. Then we have to cut 3 more cards. And leaning towards the Skyclave Apparitions. Stay ahead of them the entire game, pretty much. Seems like the right call. I honestly don't think you bring these in. I mean, you can disturb them, which is nice, but that's how it's supposed to go. I'm super bummed that I missed on that Coco. That is wild to me. I mean, I guess I technically didn't miss. I just didn't hit what I believe was an absurdly probable block here. Okay. Maz Wanderer. Or you could play Supreme. Jesus Christ, my light just fell. I don't know if you guys just heard that. It freaked my cat out. Yeah, I think playing this, going here, 3, and then I gotta fix my thing that just fell. Light. I thought it was fall down. Emily. I don't get it. I guess. Okay. That. I mean, do I just let that slide? Oh. Yeah, I didn't feel like fighting over the Supreme Phantom with the Mausoleum Wanderer because I feel like Mausoleum Wanderer is worth more alive. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna attack here. And if they verdict, just queller it. Lose a Mausoleum Wanderer, but all of our creatures. Should be the game. Very. Yeah, I don't see any reason to change how we sideboarded. I think this is how you're supposed to sideboard. All of the cards felt like that's the way they should have fell out. So I'm just gonna keep it the way it is. They're not really creatures, and they're not really playing too many things. We could Diaclave Apparition. Our hands have been pretty good. This one's a little bit slower, but it does have Selfless Spirit in it, so I'm gonna keep it. I'm already enjoying this more than if, honestly. Even if we don't get there with this hand, I don't know, something about this deck feels like way more fluid, more intuitive, more fun, honestly, all around. Ardenvale tap. Rattle chains. Um, hmm. Do you play the rattle change or rattle change? Play the rattle chains at instant speed just to get your spirits going at instant speed, or do you play the selfless spirit first and then save the rattle chains as a target? Protect your selfless spirit or whatever. I think I'm gonna play the selfless spirit first. Sure. Their mana is awkward. Yeah, I was about to say it's looking like they're not gonna hit their next land drop here. That's good for me. Do we want to hold up a spell queller or do we want to just Play. I'm gonna hold up the rattle chains here. I think. I'm gonna play a bird. Here we go. Fateful absence. Here. Um, want to. I don't want a Coco now. That the best piece will they have access to? Yeah, I don't get it either. I hate that card, quite frankly, as a control player because your opponent just gets to crack the um the clue later and get cards back, which seems bad. Yeah, I agree. I've always hated this card. I don't know. Maybe as like a one of in the board or something. Okay, how do we want to play this out? I think I'm gonna play the Imperial Eagle here. Feeling pretty safe. They would have to draw like land and have Supreme Verdict. That would be kind of fine, honestly. Yeah, that's what it looks like is gonna happen. Sure. I can go at that. Just go at him. Yes. I think we got this. They missed their land drops quite a bit, so it's there. All right. Probably play one more, honestly. Can't believe my light fell. It like just started just crumbling down, honestly. It caught me off guard. Yeah, that felt like a pretty good matchup, I would say. Game one was pretty awkward. I love Bant Spirits. I played it in modern for I played Bant Spirits in modern and I played Blue White Spirits quite a while and I really enjoyed it. It's a really fun tempo deck. Very smooth, very fluid. feels really feels really powerful. You get like good smooth draws. Feels like not much can stop you. It used to be, I felt like it used to be not in modern for a short period of time. I think when like Zan Syed won like a open with it or something. I think I bought it like immediately. Yeah. YORION or thing. Just looking like that plays a chariot and agent of treachery. Um, play eagle here, right? For some pretty big damage. The wall is like kind of inconsequential. Or we can Skyclave Apparition. Get rid of this. They never get the wall, and they can't transmorgify it or whatever the card is called. If I play the eagle, I hit them for 6 damage. They're getting pretty close to dead at that point. Like that. What's up, Patrick? How's it going, man? You can always counter that spell with a monster or two. I always like forget about that. Like we have like added protection. Why this damn card is so fucking annoying. Didn't put Yorion in their hand fast yet. Yeah, man, my day's pretty good. It's almost Friday. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Gonna play in some challenges this weekend and stuff. What about you? Are you doing anything this week? Actually, you're going to Dallas, right? You're playing some modern in Dallas. Yeah, I wish I was going. I would definitely play. Our opponent opted to do. Um, I really don't know what they are. Hard for me to. Hard for me to say if I should play a Watcher here or if I should just hold back my creatures. I'm kind of worried about a Supreme Verdict. I mean, I don't really know many blue-white control lists that are playing the Birth of Meletus, but they are playing YORION, so... Vivian in the Modern Horizons 1 card. No, didn't. What is the combo? I'm opening myself up for a Supreme Verdict, but I don't know if they play Supreme Verdict or not. Um, that doesn't strike me as a verdict. Good. Put it in Discord. Okay, I'll check it out in a sec. I'm gonna attack first. They have lethal. So they're discarding the land, then we win. I think I'll let this fly. And just play the spirit. Yeah, I'll check it out after this game. I didn't think they could win through that. It looks like they're playing like blue-white control with the Birth of Meletus. Weird, but literally just played blue-white control. 2-card combo as early as turn 3. Is this is in Pioneer, I'm assuming? Oh, put Viv, sack accomplice. Oh no, it can't be Modern Horizons, right? Put in Viv, sack accomplice for Felidar, sack Felidar for Karmic Guide. Hmm, interesting. How much mana is the Viv? That's pretty cool. I was like, what the fuck is this? Um, Need a second blue source or a second white? Oh, okay, it has a birth pod ability. Okay. They went 2 on top. I love me some birthing pod decks. Sure. Um, honestly, I don't have a collected company in my hand, so I'm just off pathway. Busted. I'm gonna leave up this. This deck's pretty good against blue-white control. I'll say that. I mean, they're playing a different version of blue-white control, but um, deck seems pretty good. Decks. Um, correct. Selfless Spirit too strong. Too strong. All right, guys. Well, it's past my bedtime. I appreciate y'all watching. Obviously, we didn't do good with 5-color Niv, but I'm gonna finish out this league probably like tomorrow afternoon after work. Um, but yeah, I mean, Banned Spirits look pretty good against blue-white control. We learned that. um, yeah, all around a fun deck for sure. I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow. You play 3-drop creature, and I put Vivian in play. Sack that creature, get Felidar, reset the Vivian. Oh, okay. I see. So Felidar just loops Vivian and Karmic Guide, gets back Felidar. I gotcha. So it's like the old chain. I remember people doing stuff like this with God, what's that birthing pod card called? The 4-drop creature. Um can't remember her name, but she's a Simic creature and she does birthing pod effects at sorcery speed. Anyway, I remember people doing stuff like this, and they were playing like Scrib Ranger and stuff to like untap it and like redo it, and it was like a whole like you would just go for like Kiki Jiki, like Resto Angel, I think. Um, but it could be cool. I remember that deck like was hot for like 2 weeks, and then eventually people determined that like it was just bad. So with Vivian being a planeswalker, this might just be better. I mean, like you said, it's a it's technically a 2 card combo, but like all you need is any 3 drop creature, so it might be good. I just I'm a little weary of birthing pod strategies in modern, because like we already have so many good creature combo decks in modern, and like none of them are seeing play right now. You know what I mean? Like it's weird. Like you would think Devoted Druid would still be a really good deck, especially with the new enchantment that got printed. But like it's just not really on anyone's radar. It's not around right now. And Heliod just fell off the face of the planet. Just I don't know. I don't know if it's just because they printed Solitude or what. But Solitude is a fucking bitch of a card to play around sometimes. Um, but it could be good, man. I mean, I'm in no way in a position to like assess the card before I see it played. I'd be down to try some jank, see if it's good. But I appreciate y'all watching. Like I was saying, I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming this weekend. I do want to eventually stream some challenges for you guys, like some modern challenges or something. Maybe we'll play Bant Spirits in one of the Pioneer challenges. We'll see. Bant Spirit seems pretty good. Um, the deck didn't really gain anything as of late, but just always a solid pick. Absolutely, Kyle. I appreciate you always stopping by, man. It really means a lot. Hope you guys know, like all of you that come by my stream and stuff. I know I don't stream like the most frequent schedule, but for all you guys on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch that come by and stuff, it means a lot. Um, Obviously, streaming to nobody is never fun. So when people actually come by and chit chat and chill out and discuss the decks and the games and stuff like that, it's way more fun. Like 10 times more fun than just sitting here and playing Magic by myself. So thank you guys. I really appreciate that. And if I don't see you guys, I hope you all have an excellent weekend and have a good Friday tomorrow as well.